Good morning and welcome to This Week with Pastor Dino. I'm Dino and I'm so glad to have you joining us here at First Presbyterian Church of Bradenton, where we are cultivating hearts for Jesus from the heart of downtown. Now on Sunday I talked about the fact that Christians are set apart from the world because we tend to not complain as much. At least that's how it ought to be. As human beings, a lot of us have this tendency, but I'm going to go back to Philippians chapter 2, verses 14 and 15, and we're going to look at that for our devotional today to remind us what it is to not complain. Do everything without grumbling or arguing, so that you may become blameless and pure, children of God without fault, in a warped and crooked generation. Then you will shine like stars among them. Again, our complaining is a very personal, very selfish kind of way to be. We all do it. How much we do it, how we're able to ratchet back from it, how we're able to reframe things in our lives as being under God's provision, under God's sovereignty is really key in this. Because if we believe that God's in control, we're not complaining about things that seem out of control. If we believe God's our provider, we're not complaining about the things we don't have, etc., etc. So we really need to be thinking about this because with Paul saying this is how you become like children of God, shining like stars among crooked, perverse generations. This is how we're set apart. This is one of the key ways we're set apart. We have a different lens through which we see life, and I want you to be thinking about that this week. Thanks be to God. This week, the church office is open every day, and we are in the middle of our Philippians series. Again, you should be reading Philippians chapter 2 this week. You can read it bite-sized chunks. You can read the whole thing over and over again. Just read it once, however you want to handle that. But we are in Philippians chapter 2. And if our whole church reads together and studies together, that's going to really strengthen us as we get through these unique times. Now, we do have the Bible app. That's the Life Church Bible app. And there's instructions in Connect and on the website on how to download that so you can connect with us and follow along in the same study. A couple weeks back, the session voted to open things back up. We have one service right now at 11 o'clock, and we are masking and social distancing. So please make sure that when you come to church, you are ready to do those things and contribute to a healthy environment here. If there are any changes, at some point down the road, our session will let you know right away. But that's what we're doing for now, and you can still watch from home streaming live on any of our online platforms as well. So there's no excuse to not be connected to what's going on around here. In terms of online programming, you can jump into breakfast and Bible study every Saturday morning at 10. Go to bradenton.church/Zoom to find out how to join that class virtually. And we, again, are going to have worship at 11 o'clock with masking and social distancing. This is a weird time, so this is such an appropriate verse. Do everything without complaining, okay? I know it's kind of all around us. It's how we tend to live our lives. We tend to have very short-sighted perspective, but this verse reminds us that we are set apart from the world, from the secular world, when we keep the proper perspective and use our time, use our energy, use our words to give thanks to God rather than to tear down for everything we don't have. So keep that in mind this week as you read Philippians chapter 2 as we continue to press on. And until next time, I'll look forward to seeing you soon on This Week with Pastor Dino. Bye-bye.